Women are very scared that they're not going to be believed. So this is one of the areas that we want to improve, the fact that health and community services listen, ask the right questions, and then show the woman that she is being believed, because that is the greatest stumbling block.
The type of questioning they use, open questions rather than closed, because I have the luxury of time in my clinic. I'll ask about what happened, an open question, what happened, how long ago did that happen?
Because there's that time clicking, you know, for the doctors who, you know, see 6 people an hour, you know, if a woman comes in and says, actually, I think my husband hurt me last night and he had sex with me when I didn't want him to, and if you're, you know, clock watching, and all you wanted to do was give her a script for antibiotics and get her out the door because she's got another 10 people waiting in the waiting room, well, the time pressure is probably the doctor's not going to want to do it. And also the doctor's feeling of inadequacy, thinking, oh my God, rape, ooh, I don't know how to talk about that. Even if the doctor may think that he or she has done the right thing by giving, say, the number for CASA, if they haven't actually validated what the woman has said, the woman might have that number for CASA but just think, oh, the doctor didn't believe me or the doctor's dismissed me, therefore I'm not going to make that extra effort to go and ring that 1800 number.
I usually get her to tell me her story. I'll sit there and listen to her story and let her tell it as much as she wants, let her reveal to me as much as she wants or as little as she wants. I'm very mindful that I'm another one, I don't talk above them, I talk to them. You know, I'll sit at the same level with them. I don't intimidate anybody because I'm exactly what they are.
At the time I didn't necessarily recognise it as raped until I was going through my annulment process, and when I was going through that and starting to really look again at what had happened during my marriage, and one of the nuns sat there and that I was talking to at the time about it all, but she said, that's rape. And I went, oh yeah, I guess it is. I guess there was a lot of denial, a lot of just shutting down within myself.
I certainly wanted it to be named, and I certainly have heard very powerful statements from other women about having it named. So, and naming is also part of ending it.
If you don't ask, then you don't get told. None of us really want to, you know, breach that, you know, very sensitive topic with people. But I find when I actually do ask the brave question and say, well, you know, has there been, you know, any situations where you've had sex when you haven't wanted to, or do you feel that, you know, there's been times when you might have had any sort of sexual assault, or people just, you know, go blah, and they're so happy that someone's actually asked them. So what I really have learnt that it's my role as the doctor to actually ask that question and not necessarily wait until it's forthcoming from the woman, because in very many cases it won't be.
Since then, I realise my doctor has pointed out to me that it was rape. I guess I wasn't wanting to face up to the fact it was rape.
GPs are very good at looking for things that aren't so common, like we all are looking out the whole time for signs of a heart attack. You know, if someone comes in with chest pain, we make sure that it's either cardiac or non-cardiac in origin. If someone comes in with symptoms of diabetes, you know, we're on the lookout for that all the time, or a stroke and things like that. But something that's much more common, like violence towards women and men, violence like that, we just leave it. So I think we just have to become much better at asking about it.
They need to understand that, yeah, you have your Aboriginal women that will go out and ask for help and seek for help, that are strong enough to do it. But you also have your women that won't even go to the doctors, you know, if they've got a sore ear, let alone go to the doctors, you know, to say, hey, he's done this to me. So they need to be a bit mindful that we're not all the same. We are completely different. We're all individuals and we all have different levels of education, levels of understanding.